You know the vibes, bro. I came through, you know the vibes. I went by nigga photo vibes. About to get notarized, you know what I'm saying? What's shaking, G?
What's cool on? What's good? What's
Hold
good?
on. Let me get both cameras. I see you. Let's go. I'm in here. What up? It's the man, the myth, the legend. Yes, sir. Mr. DKC or Mr. Mercé himself. You know the vibes. I'm out here with my son Photo Vibes. Check in right now. Okay. My name is DKC, or you may know me as The Kid Chance. He's yours truly from Southside. We outside 40 Projects Finest. I'm a recording artist, singer, songwriter, rapper, engineer. That's pretty much it. Like I do a little bit here and there, but my main shit is just songwriting, engineering, singing, rapping. But I do a little bit of it all. Jack of all trades, master of none. I don't know. I started rapping at writing at like the age of 7. And it always been a part of like just my whole family and shit, really, because my older brother, he used to rap. And shout out to Stoney. He used to be pretty good at it. My other older brother too, G Unit. My nigga Big Jeezy, fuck with me, you already know the vibes more. But they never really just pursued this shit. But I just fell in love with how they made it happen. I remember they bought like the old MPC 2000, the big fucking gray shit with the knobs and shit, drum pad. And I thought that was dope. So I just went full on dive in and did like, this is before YouTube. I was just hollering at niggas that knew how to do this shit. And I just got into it from there. But I was heavily inspired by like gangster rap, pop music. Like I'm just a big fan of music, bro. I just love everything about it. I just breathe, eat, sleep, shit. You know what I mean? So that's that. Alright. I'm gonna give you 2. The very first song I ever recorded, it was to The Games on his first album, the documentary, If I Could Start My Life From Scratch. And that's back before I even learned how to do anything I'm doing now professionally. I was recording on Audacity. And if anybody remembers what Audacity is, you knew I was fucking bugging at this point. But I had one of them bullshit Dell microphones that you plug into the USB. I thought I knew what the fuck I was doing. I don't got the track no more, thank God, because that shit was awful. But that was when I first recorded. I think I was probably like 12 or 13 at the time. We used to have this Hot Wheels fucking PC Dell. I'm not sure if you remember. It was blue with the red and yellow flames on the side and shit. I remember that. Shout out to my mom, she gave me that shit. That shit was dope. But the first very professional track I ever recorded, I think it was, I want to say 2017 or 16. And it's still on SoundCloud till this day. It's called I Cannot, produced by Roy Rosa. By the time this come out, I'm gonna hit you with the link so you can check the shit. The shit's still slap, you know what I mean? But it was just a rap record. Like that one was pretty dope. I remember that. That was on FL Studio. I recorded it right this time. The best thing, I just enjoy the line of work, really. Like, I always been big. Like, I took my time learning how to create the music, and now I just look for different creative ways to do it. You know, what concepts I could come up with. What if I sang it this way? What if I did a falsetto here? Because it depends who's approaching me. Like, I don't know, like, you know me based off my singing or my rap first?
I would say it's kind of level, but I would say I think you like to sing more.
I definitely like to sing more, that's what I'm saying, but like it depends on how you get introduced to me, because I do a little bit of whatever. Like I like to sing more than I do like to rap, but there be moments like the mode I'm in right now where I just want to chew a nigga fucking head off with my rap shit. But I just enjoy the whole process of creating. That's my whole thing. I like that. I like to collaborate with other creative people too, you know, so I just like to get into their head to see how they do things. Maybe I take some things from them, they take some things from me, and it's just the whole creator mindset. That's the most fun part of it all. And on top of that, people get to relate to some of the shit that you say. And that's what Mercé is solely about. So Mercé stands for making everything relatable and continuously evolving. Now, Mercé was a lifestyle that me and my manager, shout out to Mac, fuck with me, or his handle on IG, the Seventh God. We was on this journey for a minute together. Like, he used to make music himself, and he made it pretty far. He was with CTC, known as McDemo, on that side of town, on my side of town, on South Side, 40 Project. And he found me, and he seen something. Like, this is around the time when like he was ready to give the music shit up completely. And he caught a whiff of what I was working with, and he seen potentially where I could go. So he stepped in and pretty much mentored me on a lot of the shit I do know now. He taught me the ones and twos about engineering. He taught me how to count bar systems. So he gave me the beginning studio knowledge, and then as I developed, he taught me like more intermediate shit, and then he just started schooling me on the game on how all of that shit worked. And one day we was deciding like whether we wanted a record deal or a label deal. And he put the fire under me, so I believe we needed a label deal, so we just started deciding on names. He was like, yeah, but what are we doing? He was like, you got shit that niggas relate to, and you know, you continuously evolve when you do it. I'm like, there we go. We gonna make everything relatable and continuously evolve. So I just took the first letters out of that, and we got Mercy. Yeah, that's how it go. Some would say my lyricism, and I would like to say, as far as rapping, I would say my metaphors. Because I grew up in an era, like, I was conditioned by the best of them, you know. Some people will argue, I got Lil Wayne, I got Cassidy, I got Lloyd Banks. Who else is deadly in that area? I know you gotta think of somebody. Who would you put in that right there, in that little trifecta right there, as far as metaphors go?
Fab.
There you go, you got Fab, that's another nigga in that era too. If you're going Fab, you gotta throw Jada in there, but was he really a metaphor king?
Yeah, him and Styles P.
Okay, yeah. You're right. Because I knew more Fab for his delivery more than his metaphors. That's me though. I could be wrong, but I remember, not Fab, Jada for his delivery more than his metaphors. That's what I meant to say.
You know who was slept on? Beanie Siegel, bro.
You see, I was talking to my mans about him recently. You know what I'm saying? And I fuck with Beans as a person, but his music, like, he got bars. It's just his delivery that was killing me. Because lyrically, the nigga's gifted. It's just his delivery, but he's also from a different background, so maybe that's just some shit around that era. I'm a 90s baby. Like, I was a baby when his music was coming out, so I ain't dig that far deep. I'm gonna say this shit right off. Just because I'm light-skinned and I'm Spanish, why I gotta be Big Pun for though, bro? Like, they always try to link me in with the dude. No disrespect to Big Pun, because I fuck with some of his records, but I don't think he was the best Spanish rapper, but that's not what this is about right now. So my biggest influences, early Lloyd Banks, I'm gonna say that for sure. Early Cassidy, let's see, Lil Wayne for sure. Early Drake, before I found out niggas was holding his pen, but we ain't gonna get into that right now. We do this every other time. Let's see, Eminem, like early 2000 Eminem, Encore Eminem. That nigga was a fucking monster. I fuck with him now, but respectfully, he just need to tie it up. That's just me though. Let's see. Let's see. G-Unit in general, I fuck with 50. Young Buck is one of the niggas there that I feel like is very slept on. I fuck with him heavy. Rest in peace to DMX, that'll always be a go-to for sure. But there's a lot, like I could go on for days if you want to talk about it, but we gonna be here all day, my nigga. Oh, the worst era of hip hop. Alright. Let's see. You trying to get my hip hop card revoked with this question, though. I'm gonna say it, but I don't know if you're gonna put this in an interview, but I'm gonna say like the earlier stages, and the only reason why I say that is because, yeah, I respect and I appreciate that they created, you know, hip hop as it is, but if you go back and you listen to a lot of this shit was corny and boring as fuck, bro. Like that nigga Childish Gambino or Donald Glover, whatever you niggas know him by, he had a comedy special and he said that them niggas was talking about, I went to the hat store today and I bought myself a hat. You know what I mean? That's just how them niggas really rapped back in the day. And you can't sit here with a bold face and tell me that shit was fire, bro. Come on. We not about to do that. The shit was just boring to me. And around that era, there was a lot of shit like that, and it just wasn't doing it for me. It wasn't. Even Slick Rick now, I can listen to Slick Rick, but I gotta be in the mood for it, you know? And if you one of them people that can listen to a motherfucker tell you a story all day, I tip my hat to you, bro. I'm not about to sit here and listen to a nigga talk about some bitch he fucked in like 88, bro. I'm good on it. I'm good on it, bro. And I'm not one of these young niggas that just be listening to Future all day. Shout out to Future Hendrix. I fuck with the nigga, but I'm not one of these niggas. I listen to mad different shit. My favorite artist is fucking a pop R&B singer, The Weeknd. You know what I mean? Like, so you can miss me with all that bullshit. Alright. Soon as I get there, I remember because it was like on August, I want to say August 5th. So it's like the peak of the summer type shit. Look, well, yeah, you can say that. It was fucking humid as hell out there. I'm in all black like a dickhead. So I'm just drenched in sweat as soon as I get in this motherfucker. And I remember like, because when you go to the showcase, so if you're performing there, they give you these vouchers for free bottles, drinks, or whatever. I ended up giving my vouchers to some fucking strung out white bitch that was there. Like, the bitch was all on my dick, but I ain't want nothing to do with this bitch because the bitch was sloppy as fuck and I don't want to get into all that. So I just gave her, and after that, that was the biggest mistake I had. She was all up on me. I'm like, yo, chill. I gotta focus and shit. She's trying to offer me fucking perks, Xannies, all this whole other shit. Like, I'm seeing her take them after she's fucking offering them to me. So I'm just trying to focus. I remember being fucking thirsty as hell, cotton mouth like a motherfucker, and yes, anxious as a bitch, bro. And because the time slot that they gave me, the place opened at 8 and it closed at like, the event ended at 2. They put me on at 11. And if you perform before, you know that in the middle, like directly in the middle, that's when the shit is just live. Everybody's there. So I had the best slot at the best time. And one thing I will know that I do remember like beautifully, because as soon as I get on stage, there was a tornado warning. And everybody's phone goes off. I thought that was dope, my nigga. I don't know why. I thought that was fire. Like, in New York, a tornado? I'm like, what? So I look at the phone, I'm like, yeah. That's God telling me, like, yeah, you about to fuck this shit out, bro. And surely I did. You can see the performance. It was recorded. Thank you, JC. You my nigga for that. He won, I believe that's what it's called, Black Dawn 51. And that's on my YouTube channel, the performance there, like, that shit was wild. Like, for the first time, like, people were really chanting my name. As an independent artist, I felt the fucking floor shake when that shit happened, like. And then there was this one line, like, I didn't know that there was so many anime heads out there. I said, like, I see everything like a Madara, and when I said that, from the back of that shit, you're like, oh my God! That shit went fucking crazy in that place, bro. The floor started shaking, and then after the fucking performance, it was, DKC, like, for a good 10 minutes. And I was there for a showcase. The pot was, I think, $50,000. Fuck the showcase too, because you know I won that night, but it's alright. I'ma leave it at that, but it's cool. Well, my birthday coming right around the corner. I'm May 2nd, 1994, 90s baby. We in this bitch. I'm a Taurus, Aquarius, and a Leo, if you want to get deeper into that whole other shit right there. I know my son a Leo, so shout out to the Leo gang, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my niggas that's Aquarius. If there's anybody in here that's an Aquarius aside from me. But for the most part, I'm a Taurus. My background, I'm Puerto Rican and Spaniard. But in other words, you could say I'm black, I guess. It depends who asking, but yeah. I think I said earlier, I'm from 40 Projects, Southside Jamaica, Queens. I was born in Bushwick, Brooklyn, but Brooklyn made me, Southside raised me. That's how that whole shit go right there. For the most part, like, I played the crib most of the time, but when I was out, I had to make it be known that my presence be known. So I was always doing some dumb shit. But for the most part, I was a good kid. I did a lot of dumb shit growing up. I do remember that. Like, you know, a lot of shit that I don't really want to say too much on camera. But like, I did a lot of stupid shit. You just had to be there, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, like I just dove, like it was music all the way throughout the whole type of shit. Like it's just something I just always wanted to do. And if this leads more into that, like if I was in the crib for doing music, I was watching anime or I was playing video games. If I wasn't doing any of that, I was just out doing some dumb shit in the street with my niggas, you know, other than that. mainly with my brother and my cousins and a couple of their homies and shit. I ain't really fuck with niggas too much. Like if you wasn't blood, I wasn't fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? But as time went on, I started to realize that I don't even fuck with some of my blood. So I fuck with my niggas more than I fuck with my blood. But it is what it is. Damn. If I ain't fucking with the K, I'm fucking with somebody's daughter, if I'm being real with you. And if I ain't in somebody's daughter, I'm back to work. Like, even when I'm not working, I'm working. You know what I'm saying? Like, this wasn't even really on the agenda. I see you and you hit me with the call and now I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I'm not working, I'm working. So I advise you to do the same. And if I'm not doing that, I'm chasing a bag somewhere. You know, I'm getting to it. The best bit of advice I could give you here, read the fucking paperwork. I ain't never signed like record deals or anything. I've been offered, but I ain't just gonna take some slave deal. You know what I mean? I'm not that desperate for it. I want it, but I'm not that desperate. But read the paperwork, especially when it comes to beat makers or producers. Like, luckily, I ain't fuck up too much, but I'm still in some shit with as far as producers and as far as how the splits and the percentages goes and shit like that. Because this is a business at the end of the day. I was more focused on just making music, but to be successful in this shit, you gotta focus on the business side of shit. And you gotta learn that. And that's a whole motherfucking other thing right there. Like, into some shit right now with one of these producers where he wants 100% of anything I make because of some dickhead shit that I just looked over. So my advice is to you, just read everything. As cliche as the shit sounds, just read the paperwork before you sign anything. And if you seeing this, I'm gonna say it again, suck my dick, nigga, respectfully. But we gotta start with you, my nigga. You put me here. I'm on the spot right now. You got these lights over here. I feel special. I got you. Shout out to my nigga, shout out to Cuervo, my photographer. Shout out to my editor, Zeke the editor. Shout out to my nigga Cool Before 12. Like, I told him, because I just came back from vacation. And since I've been back from vacation, I've been working my ass off. I have not had like a full night's sleep at all. So shout out to my son, Cool. Shout out to my son, Judge Perrion, for the fucking features that we just got done. I see you, my nigga. Shout out to the 7th God for the managing and backing me since the very start of this shit. Shout out to my nigga Chen Dynasty for the latest work as far as the directing goes. Shout out to JC Desmond for my earlier work for the shooting. Shout out Mike D with 2 E's for my even earlier photography work. As far as production goes, I want to give a shout out to Eldar Q, all the way from, where's this nigga from again? I don't want to get it wrong. I think he's from Russia. I could be wrong, so sorry about that. Shout out to the Crates. Shout out to Pandora Nights. Shout out to, let's see, NMD Beats, The Beat Geek. Damn, I don't work with so many producers. Like, I'll be here for fucking hours. I'm sorry if I missed y'all, but shout out to every one of y'all and everybody that's been buying any of the music. I appreciate it, and streaming any of it. For everybody that subscribed and, you know, that got me to the point where I'm at right now. Just know we up, and it's only gonna get better from here. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it all.
He's on fire, baby.
Boy, keep it 100. You can stop the frontin' and the aqua thuggin', y'all been acting high for nothing. Instagram stuntin', get your pockets hungry, I've been making money. Making conversation off of conversations, talking operation money. And I get the chopper waiting if you're trying to take it.